and that's equal travel for you. Next, a Thai leading scholar says Thailand is now at a democratic dead end and is in serious need of reconciliation, where all sides must seriously listen to one another. Thai news agency reporter Panu Wongcha-um reports.
In an exclusive interview with ASEAN TV News by Thai news agency, Associate Professor Thitinan Pongsudhirak, the director of the Institute of Security and International Studies at Chulalongkorn University, said that there has been something wrong with Thailand long before the recent spate of violence, rioting and arson attacks. Experiencing one of the longest periods of tension and brinkmanship, the country has now arrived in uncharted waters brought about by deep-seated polarization that could still spark fresh violence and mayhem.
But underpinning the polarization, I think, is the future of Thailand. I think the future in the past, it's as if some people want to continue with the status quo. They want things to remain more or less the same. Some other people, they want some changes. They don't know fully what kinds of changes. And this happens at a time when Thailand is going through a succession period that is not talked about. It happens to be at a time when Thailand is undergoing a transition. And this transition and transformation really has to do with continuity and change.
The desire to preserve continuity and the push for change came about from poor distribution of wealth and the failure to address the urban-rural divide, issues which were exploited by the divisive political game that began with the attempted monopolization of Thai politics by former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Dr. Thitinan argued that all Thais are now experiencing a backlash from this monopolization attempt that culminated in a coup and a series of power jockeying by various passionate political groups. The dire consequences of these struggles are the disappearing of the middle ground in Thai politics as more and more people embrace politics of extreme and uncompromising stances.
Thailand is like a pendulum that has swung so far to one side under Thaksin, and now the backlash has swung it to the polar opposite end. And it's unhealthy because we're trying to find somewhere in the middle that we can live with. And this middle ground has really been reduced in our system, and it's dangerous because now only the extremes prevail.
Furthermore, Thitinan said that those who oppose Thaksin seems hell-bent in rejecting his entire legacy, whether positive or negative, and in the process they have ignored the hearts and minds of the rural poor. It is this gap between the hearts and minds of the rural and the urban that needed to be bridged, something that the coup maker of 2006 failed to do. Prime Minister Abhisit Wejchajiva also had a chance to bridge this gap after the end of the Red Shirt uprising in April 2009, but his effort has clearly been inefficient. He must now show some accountability and facilitate reconciliation, which is now a more difficult and daunting task than ever.
So this is another chance for Prime Minister Abhisit to reconcile Thai society, to bring us together somehow. And to bring us together, we must not come together just in Bangkok. We must listen to what the people in the countryside are saying, what they feel, how they feel, what they want out of Thailand's future, and we need to tell them what the Bangkok people, how the Bangkok people see it, the people in other regions see it, and through listening, through good faith, we could carve a new bargain, a new arrangement for our common future.
The Thai scholar calls for a more inclusive and open-mindedness approach to the process of reconciliation this time around, as well as a mutual acknowledgement of grievances from all sides. He said it is dangerous that now many Bangkok dwellers who focuses on cleaning their city fail to notice or connect it with the cremation of those from the upcountry who died from the protests and the subsequent crackdowns. Without mutual acknowledgement of grievances, the protracted polarization could get even worse. Nevertheless, the Thai academic reflects that the current Thai political difficulty serves as a valuable lesson for Thailand's neighboring countries. He also stresses that Thailand needs to strengthen its democratic institutions and that voting on the basis of one person, one vote is indispensable to this country's governance and should be respected by all. What is also important, Thitinan said, is the way minority voices should be protected and not abused by those representing the majority, and this can be achieved if all Thais seriously listen to each other.
What is important for ASEAN and the world from the Thai experience is that if Thai democracy does not work, it will adversely impinge on democracies elsewhere in ASEAN, such as Burma, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Cambodia, and Philippines, and beyond. So what happens to Thai democracy, if whether or not it can emerge out of its democratic dead end, has far-reaching ramifications for democracy in ASEAN and elsewhere in the world.
Certainly, acknowledging all our grievances would be a good place to start in searching for the elusive middle ground drowned out by the politics of extremes and demagogueries in recent years. No single faction has a monopoly over the country's future, so we must learn to talk and listen to one another, or we shall all perish. I'm Panu Wongcha-um of Thai News Agency reporting for ASEAN TV.
That's a report on Thailand's future outlook. And it's now time for a short break. Please don't go away.